think when you think about theme dynamics, you have two different patterns that you can now start to think about together. For example, you might have command and you might have woo. You might have both of this. You might be kind of direct and decisive, but you also might be kind of warm and charming. And when you put those two together, each one of those things feels a little bit different. So I just think it helps us to integrate these pieces of who we are in more intentional ways. As you think about facilitating greater collaboration, because sometimes a person might have command, but they might not have woo. And having a partner that has woo could really help a person with command. They might have a pretty direct style that could intimidate people, but you add the warmth of another person that has woo, that could really soften the edge of command and actually make both of them more powerful.
Talents are powerful on their own, but when you know how to put them together, you get something new, and sometimes better.
I remember talking to a man who had activator and command as two of his signature themes. That's a pretty powerful combination of themes there, and he said, I'm kind of an impatient dictator. Which I think that there's times to be an impatient dictator. But there are times when he said, something else might work better. And I was looking at his themes, and he was one of these rare guys that had both command and woo. So I looked at that and I started to think, I wonder what would happen if instead of adding activator to your command, you were more intentional about adding woo to your command. And when I started to think, I wonder what words we could use. Instead of being an impatient dictator, I wonder if you could be a charming dictator. I mean, that sounds different. The effect of that, the chemical reaction of that would be different. And I think that's the point. We are not just one thing. In fact, we're not just 5 things. We can be several things based on how familiar we get with the chemistry of themes.
To help employees get the most out of their talents and to help teams be their most productive, managers need to understand how theme dynamics work.